You know what I can do with one little wrapped book about Buddha and the book of life? Life. You know what that means? It means life. You know what that means? Inside that book was a flower. A flower that when I found that flower, I made this piece of art out in the woods. Here's what those flowers look like. Indian paintbrush and coral. Or orange. She likes orange. But it's kind of coral-ish. I would never do that for anyone. Except for my vagina that I shoved a little boy in. That's how I am. There's nothing crazy about that. That's how every woman would ever want a man to be. See, when there was like a drought here in Tri-Cities and in the woods, none of these, I searched everywhere. They weren't growing anywhere, and I found one. When I went out and made this picture, they were everywhere. And then I sent Witch the book of life with the one flower that was growing. I couldn't find them anywhere. And when I had been there a year earlier or 2 years earlier, they were everywhere. And since there was a drought up in Tri-Cities or in the Washington State in the Northwest, none of them are growing. And I found the very one in the whole area. I went up there to find one, but there was a drought and none of them are growing. And I found one. And then I placed it in the book of life. You want to know what that does? Amazon Fire 2. To LINA, I still love you, even if you're ungrateful. You know what every woman wants out of the person that shoves the most beautiful human being in their belly? Me. You want to battle against that? You want to battle against me? You want to battle against that? I know exactly how the witch's flower thinks. And that I know what flowers I know exactly what flowers women would want as presents. I know everything about women. I used to bring women the witch's flowers all the time when she would turn cray cray. You see, don't let anybody force you to put their dick down your throat. Okay? That. You see, we may be divorced. You may be remarried. But if somebody in the world is forcing you to be mastered under them? You're my son's mother, and that's not allowed. Just remember, the things that you see what man's face is, man, if you have to like shove a dick down your throat, man has a penis. Who's forcing you? And if anybody's forcing you, be shoving penises down your throat, man, nobody's allowed. You want to know what man's second life is about? Optimizing. Nobody's allowed to shove penises down man's little wizard boy's mother's mouth. Ever. That's not feminist. That's misogyny. Just remember, you see, the man, what would man be like? Would he become a psychopath over people doing that? He would. That's man. That's what man would do. Just remember, people should never do that. Ever. If you need to have some sort of weird fat life cuckolding master, that's what man's penis is for.